What is your deepest fear? This question goes beyond surface level anxieties or temporary worries. It digs deep into the core of who you really are and what has held you back from reaching your highest potential so far. Every person in every culture experiences initiations, challenges that force them to confront their deepest fears. Whether you realise it or not, these fears are the things keeping you from stepping into your true destiny, your soul purpose, and the reason you were born. Have you been running from a private fear? Or worse, using it as an excuse as to why you haven't moved forward yet? Here's the truth. Facing your deepest fear is the way to unlock the door to your highest destiny. Until you confront it head on, it can control your life, manifesting as excuses, limiting beliefs, or emotional baggage. Identifying and acknowledge and resolving your fears are the steps towards the life that you were truly born to live. The problem is fear is a barrier between you and your higher self. Every one of us carries a deep underlying fear that can shape your destiny, your actions and your beliefs and your decisions. Maybe it's a fear of failure, a fear of rejection or feeling unworthy, or a fear of success, intimacy or vulnerability. Or maybe it's a fear of speaking in public, speaking your views, getting in front of a camera, or the potential backlash from trolls. Fear does more than just live in the back of your mind. It can actively hold you back from stepping into your power and from everything good that deep down inside you'd love to have in your life. Instead of confronting their fear, many people choose to ignore it. They make excuses for their behaviour or blame others for their circumstances. And this mindset can create an emotional prison, preventing growth and limiting the ability to get anywhere near their full potential. The problem is that fear doesn't just disappear, it waits. It festers. It festers beneath the surface, keeping you from pursuing your highest aspirations and making authentic connections. It's a barrier that stands between you and your true purpose. And it can even be a barrier that stands between you and knowing what your true purpose even is. There are consequences to running from your fear or using it as an excuse. The more you avoid it, the more control it can have over you. Every time the fear resurfaces, whether through a difficult conversation, a life decision, or a triggering event, it can grow stronger. If you refuse to face your fear, it can manifest in other areas of your life, such as missed opportunities. Whether in your career, your relationships, or personal growth, fear keeps you stuck on a plateau or in stagnation. Unable to fully pursue new opportunities because that underlying fear creates self-doubt, self-sabotage, and hesitation. Emotional baggage. Avoiding fear doesn't resolve it. It creates emotional baggage that can affect your mental health. It can cause anxiety and it can make you feel overwhelmed. Limiting beliefs. You can start to internalize the fear as if it's a part of who you are. And over time, you can end up believing that you're not capable of achieving your dreams, that your dreams don't matter anymore, that you don't deserve love, or that you're unworthy of success. Thoughts are things. These limiting beliefs can become your reality if you let them. So don't let them. Facing your fear isn't just about self-improvement. It's also about breaking free from a cycle that's been keeping you stuck, keeping you small, and keeping you powerless. So what's the solution? Here's 3 steps to face your fear and step into your highest destiny. Step 1. The first step in overcoming your deepest fear is to recognize and acknowledge it. This might sound simple, but it can require deep introspection and self-honesty. What is the fear that's been holding you back? Look beyond the surface level anxieties and dive into the real issue. Is it a fear of rejection, a fear of failure, or maybe a fear of not being good enough? Or is it a fear of persecution? Is it a fear of a repetition of a bad experience? Loneliness, heights, losing control, being abandoned, being rejected, publicly humiliated, a fear of poverty, or being found out for something that you've done that you don't feel proud of? What is it for you? Once you've identified what your real fear is, acknowledging it takes away some of its power. It allows you to see it for what it is. And rather than it controlling or sabotaging you from the shadows, you can do something about it. Step 2, take responsibility for your role in its creation and its perpetuation. It's easy to blame others for our fear. Maybe someone hurt you, rejected you, humiliated you, abandoned you, neglected you, ghosted, catfished, gaslit, or whatever else you, or tarnished your reputation, raped or violated you, or made you feel unworthy in some way. The truth is, sooner or later, you have to take responsibility for your part in the creation and the perpetuation of the fear. No matter how heartbreaking the cause, why have you allowed it to hold you back for so long, when you know it's been keeping you hamstrung? Taking responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself. It means recognizing that while the fear may have been triggered by others or instigated by others, you've had a part in keeping it alive. This is a critical part of healing. Until you accept responsibility for your reaction to the fear, you won't be able to release it. No matter how justified you think you are in blaming someone else, whether you like it or not, you have to accept responsibility for your reaction to the fear to be able to release it. Step 3, forgive, surrender, and let go. To truly move beyond your deepest fear, you must forgive yourself and everyone involved in its creation. Holding on to anger, resentment, heartbreak, bitterness, resentment, regret, guilt, shame, blame, or a desire for revenge all keep you trapped in the cycle of fear. It perpetuates it. Forgiveness is an act of self-liberation. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional chains that have kept you stuck so far. After forgiveness comes the most crucial part, surrendering and letting it go. This doesn't mean you condone what happened. It means you're releasing it without emotional attachment, without bitterness, or without the need for payback. If you still feel triggered in any way, you haven't released it yet. By fully letting go, You allow space for healing, for growth, and for your transformation. And once you've completed these steps, you'll find the door to your highest destiny opens. Once you've completed these steps, you'll find your manifestations, your goals, and your dreams come easily. They'll magnetize to you. Your thoughts, your mind, your inner masculine are the electrical messages that signal your desires to the universe. Your feelings, your heart, your inner feminine are the magnetic forces that attract to you the match for whatever it is that you've been thinking. With fear no longer controlling your life, you're free to step into your power, to embrace new opportunities and fully align with your purpose. With fear no longer in your life, it's easier to think, say, do and feel the thoughts, words, behaviours and feelings that match what you truly desire, that take you closer to what you want instead of further away from it. What is the deepest fear that's been holding you back so far? Are you ready to face it head on? If not now, when? You have to do it yourself. No one's going to do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. And if it seems far too big now, you probably better resolve it right away before it gets even bigger or even harder. Swallow your pride and get it done, because if you don't listen to the whispers, you'll get the screams. You know what to do. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.